Good afternoon, Professor Simmons and fellow classmates. Today I'd like to discuss a topic that has been an ongoing issue in the world of college athletics. First, I would like to show you a picture here to just kind of get this going. This right here is the quarterback for the University of Texas A&M, Johnny Manziel, and he has come under some scrutiny because he apparently had signed autographs and received money from them, which has yet to be proven to be true, but he was suspended for a first half of a game, which they really didn't have enough evidence to, to pursue that. And according to beat writer for ESPN.com, Scoop Jackson, he recently said in a Time magazine article, it's about time that college athletes should be paid. However, I personally do not feel college athletes should be paid for the following reasons. First and foremost, they are student athletes. They are there to get their education. Second, they are already receiving benefits in the forms of, in some cases, full-blown scholarships to these universities. And third and finally, and most important, how would the NCAA even determine how to come up with a plan to distribute the money equally to all the, the college athletes who are in the various programs? But I'd like to start off first with these athletes. They're student athletes. They're there to receive an education, first and foremost. And furthermore, let's say if they decide that they want to go pro and get drafted, what happens if they have a career-ending injury? They might not have nothing to fall back on because they left early and decided to go play professional sports. I mean, take football, for example. You're one hit away from possibly a life-threatening or career-threatening injury, and you have nothing to fall back on. Second, these scholarships are sometimes worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. For example, case point 2. Right here is a price of admission for the University of Connecticut. As you can see, it is around $30,000. This is just for a student that doesn't even have a scholarship. $30,000 a year, and if my math is correct, that comes out to be well over $100,000. Furthermore, these athletes are being exposed on national television to help get them, on the map, so to speak. And they're also training facilities that are state-of-the-art and that, many athletes don't have the privilege of using. The most important point here is what happens when the NCAA were to develop a plan to try to, distribute revenue equally. Well, there's one issue. Darren Curry reported on an internet website that basically college sports aren't really generating enough revenue. And in fact, between the years of 2004 and 2009, only 7% of all NCAA programs generated net revenue. And in fact, 50 to 60% of football or basketball programs only generated money. So what does this tell us? The NCAA isn't really gaining any money at all. So how would you even come up with a plan to pay these athletes? And furthermore, what about male athletes compared to female athletes? Is it ethical and moral to pay a male athlete more? Absolutely not. All these athletes should be created equally. So in closing, when we really think about it, those three factors considered, and it's both from a moral standpoint and a business standpoint. The colleges can't afford to pay it, and athletes need to have their priorities in check. Education comes first, and that is the most important thing. Thank you very much.